Because it's so familiar. That's why people are so used to it. That's why. So that's why there are so many people here, and there are a lot of kids running around. And now that it's the weekend, there are even more people. So when you come to Korea now, you might not see as many people on the street, but if you go somewhere else, you'll find a lot of people like this. Today it's really sunny. Oh my, it's so sunny. At home it's also really sunny, but here it's even sunnier and it's so bright. I feel so good just basking in the sun like this. Why aren't you coming out?
Today with Mom we ate lunch together and then over there.
Naoshini is coming.
Joyosa is coming.
Hello, Joyosa. Hello, our baby Miora.
That's right, Mom.
You have to be careful. Kyungshi, Mom, where did our Jogi go? Kyungshi, where? I couldn't get in because it was full, so I didn't go as it was cold. Mom originally wanted to work, but she couldn't. You know the publisher over there? I used to walk past there, but I ended up going this way instead.
You have to go this way, not that way. If you go here, you have to go back again. If you deliver, you have to go to the publishing company again. Our mom used to work near the publishing company, so she would often buy the books she liked there and then go eat bread.
In 2021, my favorite book was also liked by my mom, my precious friend. I bought it for her again. Yes, where can I find that?
That one, right?
Who? Yes.
It's in Gujamunhak.
When?
Ah, yes. When you look in Gujamunhak, it's something like that. Yes, that's it. So, the old man who just wanted to open the window like this, the old man who lived his life like that, but then that's Jaymina. The boss takes care of that old man and gives him a job so he can make a living. Ah, really? I got a notification today. Yes, that's what it's about. Since people live like that, there must be someone who is that sincere. Young, the first time.
Wepion.
Here too.
You can see everything for free. You don't have to pay. You can watch for free. So should we just watch it here without paying? Then you can just sit here and read everything for free. There's no time limit. You can read as much as you want. You can drink coffee here too. But on weekends, there are a lot of people here. You can read all these books for free without having to buy them.
Oh no.
If it ends up in our house and you hear a strange sound, you don't have to kill the bug. You can just read the book that's in our house. Wow, Mom, you did an excellent job cleaning up. Everything is so organized.
Because they were donated for free, that's why people see them and think, oh, these are donated books. That's how it should be, right?
So that's why a lot of people come here, and on weekends there are really a lot of people visiting the library. Wow, if you come to Korea now, you don't really see people on the streets, but when you come inside, there are so many people gathered like this. There are a lot of people inside. There are a lot of books here, seriously, so many. These are all cultural centers. There are many here. Professor Mayong Yegyo from Korea University donated these books. Mom, if you keep donating books like this, a lot of people will be able to read them. These are things related to China, but honestly, I can't tell what these are just by looking at them from above. How am I supposed to know what those are? I really can't tell. How am I supposed to know?
Inside,
I don't even know the title, and I don't think I can read the book.
There are a lot of books that the teachers have collected. Old books, thick books, and it's hard to find a book just by looking at the cover, and the books are all mixed up.
But there are so many books here that I don't even know the titles, and there are so many books hidden away that I've never even seen before.
Wow, they even have humanities books here.
Yes, there are humanities books here, and there are books for teenagers as well as ones that adults read.
That's why there are all sorts of books lined up here. That's why. Here you can just pick a section, and if you come in the morning, you don't need to buy the book. You can read all of these for free.
You also have books like this at home, right? These are our memories, our childhood, and now we're here with the kids, together like this.
Wayaji, this one too.
I'll have fun.
That's right. Grab this, not this or that. You have to come here and take it. Wow, these are all books that J-Bal wrote. I've seen them all.
This too.
You have to cherish this. How long has it been since this was released? Me.
It's up there too, Mom.
There are a lot of books about Lee Sung-hwa and Gam Sun-jae, but I like Bojang's the best. I read it here and I thought, I'll give it a try. It looks interesting. I'll read it. Mom, I don't want to read this. Put it back. Put it back. Yes, put it back.
Put it in, but
If you open the book like this, the letters only match when you go to the front.
with the dog leash?
This is also simple.
Oh my gosh!
Remian, wake up.
Remian? Remian too. It's good.
Those houses are...
There must be so many.
But the people who wrote those books don't know each other.
I memorized the answer and wrote it down.
Oh, look over there. I have to go there.
I was trying to listen to my mom, and there was a book called Jeoseong Sewol that my teacher recommended. It looked interesting, so I wanted to buy it for my mom. I tried to read my mom's Jeoseong Sewol to give it to her.
That's why.
So I looked at that book.
Well,
A fun novel? This is all a novel, right? That's right.
With a Vaji.
Many books seem interesting. List a place? I will meet Cheonilia again, yeah?
this is something that comes to mind every single day.
There's also a part 2, this one.
Where is it?
Yes, yes, that's right. There are a lot of books that really help you. Wow, if you come here, everything is free.
Should I come here on the weekend and study for the exam? But I want to spend the weekend just relaxing and hanging out.
If that's the case, when I gather my books and read them, I end up just lying around. When I go home, I just lie down. So I have to read all the books at once. I need to set a schedule and read all the books at once.
These days, some people read the introduction, then do something else, and then read the introduction again. They just keep repeating that, but that's not really studying.
Some people read a little, then reread it multiple times. That's just their personality. I have to finish everything at once, you know? Yes, I must finish it all in one go.
I don't want to skip the introduction, and I don't want to skip the explanation either. I have to read every single word, I have to read the introduction, and then I can't just skip it like that.
Then the flow gets interrupted.
I told you not to do that. It's not fun. Oh my, just looking at the books in our house, there are so many interesting ones here and there. There are just so many books. I wonder how our bookshelf can hold so many books. It seems like we need to organize them all. At first, I just really wanted to read a lot of books. So in my 20s back then,
Too many books.
I wanted to read so much that during class time, I wouldn't pay attention in class and Seon Sang-nim was teaching, but in the back, I would secretly listen to audiobooks with my earphones in.
When my mom was in her 20s, she would hide under the blanket and read books.
I would have lived like that.
That's right.
But there are times when you like something, like when you like books, or when you like movies, or when you hate something, or when you hate someone. And when that happens, you get immersed in that setting.
But oh my.
I still like books, sir, Mom.
If a lot of people read this book, there will be a lot of wisdom in it. Even if 100,000 people read it, there will be that much wisdom in it.
People are influenced.
That's right.
You have to read a lot of books, and there should be a lot of words you hear from books.
That's also a habit, a bad habit, a bad habit. When you try to read a book, you just look at the title and don't read it. The title, you have to know the name.
So this is it.
A famous book.
Anin did it.
But that's clear. It's called famous.
I started, but I just let it go. It's about human fame, about the fame of Sazangnim, about the world of Nas, about life, and then it all gets reversed. In the story, the human world is all turned upside down and human life is all twisted and it can't be untwisted. So it was very sad for me.
That's why, because of that.
I tried to let it go and be sad, but today I couldn't. I need some time to myself. Today I think I'll just let myself be sad again. Majipai, the second and third tiles that don't match.
Nakwatok, uncomfortable.
Convenience store, but that title is everywhere, right? It's not something special. But I just wanted to have a title like that, so I thought about it, and that's what I chose. Looking at the dawn, I have to end the day with a gloomy heart, then I have to start again, I have to go there, and then start again.
But oh my.
But Mom, do you really want to see it again?
You know, there's that boss, right? The way he keeps talking about that old man like that.
Yes, that's right. From the people around him.
At first, I wondered how I could eat like that, so I just gave him a little bit, just a little.
Shikyo, but...
That's how you do it well, step by step.
Today, I closed the kitchen door and went to the market with my mom. After shopping, we came home, had a meal, and after washing the dishes, I put the groceries away and went to my room.
Oh, I guess you read a lot of books. If Jensen's mom leaves it like that, she won't be able to come out. I have that kind of passion too. Since I'm like that, I think she must be like that as well. After that, I wanted to call her after seeing that.
Im Chung, back then.
Adults have their own book clubs, but when younger people present a book report, each person shares their feelings about the book they read, and I also share my feelings about the book I read, and there's a time for everyone to do that. But it's not fun, or maybe it is fun. What kind of thoughts do you have? So even if I go to a book club with my friends and we have the same book,
We interpret it differently.
it's fascinating, like, oh, so that's how you see it. I like reading other people's thoughts. I like sharing them and just talking like this because that's how you get to know people.
Even if it's judgmental, that's all it is.
It's only when you're alive that you can see, listen, and do things that make your heart race. That's why you have to read a lot of books and experience many things. I joined a book club and we all bring the same book together. Everyone interprets it differently, which I find fascinating and interesting, drawing me back. So since we don't have a lot of books, the diversity we talk about isn't really about having a lot of books. There, it's not just about not being able to buy or borrow books. There, when you see a book, it's like a treasure, and you cherish that feeling. Impressions? Just a short feeling? Just a short impression about the book, and then you can borrow the next book. They say it's really good, and yes, it's good. And at the school library, I used to be the one who managed the books.
Among the teachers, there were others who managed the school library like this too. When I went to the school library, I had to write about my experience. So after reading a book, I would write my impressions and then borrow another book. That's how it was. Sometimes I would even go home and read in the car. When I look at books, it feels like I'm living in that world, like I'm living in the story I read. When I was young, my nickname was Bookworm. The kids love books so much, so I'm sure they'll read a lot of books.
Because you like them.
Even if I only listen to Mom, I still get tired, back when you were in China.
Mommy, are you guys...
When I wasn't here, I was raising my kids, but now when I look at books, I don't have the same thoughts as before. So I try to read more books to broaden my thoughts.
So in China, there are books written by Chinese descendants, and there was a book called Motebek. The author's name was Kang Chang, so I read Motebek because it was about history. If I don't read books because I can't sleep, I end up staying up all night with useless thoughts. So I have to read those books to keep my mind from wandering, even if it's just a magazine.
That's why.
I have a friend in China named Beoji Moyora. I like her more than you, and I think I like her.
Just lying there, only looking at books without saying a word, just spacing out like that, watching until dawn, and when I woke up in the morning, my eyes hurt so I couldn't sleep well. That's how it was. I did that a lot.
But even so, when I read that book, I felt so immersed, just like when I read a really good book. So in China, that famous book by Mata Yong, I heard about it a lot there, and I read it a lot back then. So I wondered if I had read it too, and I think I did.
Chinese, Japanese, and Korean all the way to Korean.
I was evaluating women from other countries, and then I read a book about it. It was about evaluating women from other countries, evaluating their culture, and evaluating their food. There was a person who did that, and when it came to food, I wondered how they could eat such things. Japanese women have soft voices, while Korean women have louder voices, even when it comes to their tone and the way they speak. I read all about that in the book.
So food?
So, even farts are related to culture. That's what I found interesting, and that's what I read about. So now that I read a lot of books, people's perspectives.
In the past, as people's perspectives expanded, book collections grew, but new releases and innovation were limited, resulting in a lack of novelty in literature itself.
It's very limited. Even when you read the few books you can, you realize that the content is completely controlled and very closed off, and the openness is extremely limited.
And then I also explained about the book.
The reason there were so many kids is because even though there were other kids, there were just so many of them, and they were all so big and different. Those kids liked listening to me read picture books and explain them, so even more kids gathered.
There were a lot, that's why.
Mom, I just wanted to be gentle, really gentle. Even when I was in Paju, I wanted to be gentle. Even now, I'm too gentle. Even now, I try to be gentle, and when I'm too gentle, people say I'm weak, but I still try to be gentle. Mom isn't like the other kids.
Oh yes, Kang Hui can't stay, so I'll do it. I'll take care of it. Since I'm starting here, I'll do it. I guess I should live here now.
Why do you think like that? Of course you should. That's how it is. That's why I do it. If that's the case, Kang Hui should live here with Grandma, and if you live here, there's a school in front of you. If you go to that school, it won't work. You shouldn't say things like that. So don't worry, Grandma won't come to our house. Grandma's house is her own, so don't think about it too much. You're only 10, so don't worry about things like that.
Ah, really? Now I have to go to our house, and if I listen to what Mom says, I'll get scolded again, so I have to be careful with Mom. You play with your friends and do this and that, but don't act. I just want to do this with Mom, but when I listen to Mom, why is it like that?
No, but Mom also graduated from college.
Mom has also lived through a world like this, so it's nice to hear about her experiences in that world.
Jinjin, we did our best to support Mom, but she couldn't reciprocate as much.
She said I should keep my distance and not get too close. Mom, it's nice to have a daughter. It's nice because I have a daughter, especially when I need her, especially when I need her.
Because I have kids?
If you have a son, shopping...
It's different.
You can't go shopping together, sons.
That's why.
It's totally different between men and women.
Doll is just
like a friend. Didal is just like a friend, and when Mom says something, she listens right away.
She listens, but boys...
Girls understand without being told, but boys are slower to catch on. Isn't that true?
And besides, boys are just clueless. Girls are probably a bit more sensitive, right? Even if a girl has a certain vibe, oh my, if she had a boyfriend, that would be nice.
Yeah, that's right.
Our mom wanted us to live well. You know, she always said, I hope you live well. It's not that I can't live well or anything like that. It's just, our mom always said that.
Because she set her standards high.
Aigo ya.
With your standards so high.
That's not it. It's not that your standards are too high. It's just that no one around you meets them. No.
So, Mom, it's not that you're picky or anything, but when you say things like this, when you go on a blind date in your 30s, people say your standards are too high. That's why people misunderstand and think you're too picky.
And being picky about men is a different story, and everyone has their own preferences.
That's why.